Well guys, here today I just put $17,000 into a stock that I like very much. Let's put it that way, okay? As I told you guys in the video I released, a day or two ago, I basically said in that video, there's about 5 to 10 value stocks out there that I absolutely love right now, okay? Not growth stocks, I'm talking value stocks. Either turnaround plays or stocks that have been heavily beaten down and aren't like super popular stocks that are known out there by everybody, but the valuations are just too dang compelling. And guess what? This stock is one of those stocks I mentioned in that video, okay? And I would say this, I would say I almost want to call this stock an easy money stock. I won't go as far as to say that, okay? Because that is a very illustrious category when I say something's an easy money stock. I almost put this one in that category, but it didn't quite make it, okay? By the way, you know, 2 stocks have ever made it to the easy money category, okay? Apple stock, obviously, back when it was $100-something a share, I did a whole video and I literally called Apple an easy money stock, like in the title of that video. That was like 2.5 years ago or so. And then the FB, I always called that an easy money stock, and you know, to this day, still FB is an easy money stock long term, okay? But those are the only 2 stocks I've ever given that term easy money stock to. This one almost made it, but I didn't quite make it, okay? Which means this is a very attractive ROI opportunity if it almost made that category, okay? So in this video here today, I'm gonna tell you exactly what this stock is. I'm gonna tell you what price I paid. Well, I'm actually gonna show you what price I paid for these shares here today. I'm gonna show you exactly how many shares I own in total at the moment with this stock, how many shares I plan to own worth this stock, prices I wanna buy for this stock, and lastly, we'll go through the real meat of this video, which is my bullish thesis in detail about this stock. So you guys can learn a lot, not just about my perspective on this stock, but exactly how I, look into stock and kind of how my thought process goes around a stock like this. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. As always, if you don't mind, smash that thumbs up button. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys that always smash that thumbs up. That helps out the YouTube channel in a massive way. So I do appreciate you guys. And also, if you're looking to scale your stock market portfolio to 6 figures, 7 figures, and beyond, go ahead and check out the first link in the description down there. They'll allow you to fill out an application. If your application is accepted, you'll actually be able to get on a phone call with somebody high up from my team about possibly joining the private group. Now, I think we are booked up for all of August, I believe. I've had several people message me about that. So you will have to book for September if you are able to actually book a call with somebody, okay? Alrighty guys, let's get into this. So what stock is this? It is Footlocker stock, okay? Ticker symbol FL, and oh my goodness, am I excited about this stock. This is an under $30 stock here today, okay? Footlocker, I mean, a lot of you guys know Footlocker, right? You go into a Footlocker store and you usually buy, well, you could buy clothes, but most people go in there to buy a new pair of shoes of some kind. That's where a lot of people go to shop for shoes, okay? They also own Kids Footlocker, they own Champ Sports, they own Foot Action as well, and they own several online brands such as eSpay.com, Runners Point, Sidestep Shoes, and they actually just made a huge investment last year in an app called GOAT, which some of you guys might know is a very popular reselling app for shoes, okay? Now, what price did I pay for these shares? How many shares do I own at the moment? Prices I'm looking to continue to buy at, and then we'll get into my bullish thesis after that, okay? So here today I bought 300 shares at $29.1750, and then I bought another 285 shares at $29.1714, okay? The order was put in all at once. It just went under 2 different prices, and so that was over $17,000 here today I bought worth of Footlocker stock. That is those shares in that particular account there, 585 shares at a $29.17 cost basis there, so break even, obviously just bought it here before the close. Then I also own some more shares in another account, another 615 shares. That one I got a really nice cost basis on, okay, $25.80. Like that one's, I love that cost basis especially. So that one we're already up $2,000 on. And then I own Footlocker shares in another account, 560 shares. That one we're down 1% on. That's I think in the dividends only account, I believe, or is that in the public account? I can't remember. It's in one of those accounts, and that one cost basis is $29.48. So that one's the most expensive cost basis of the bunch. So all in total, we own over $50,000 worth of Footlocker shares as of right now. Okay. I think I could buy at least another $50,000 worth of this stock, especially if the stock doesn't move here over the next few months. And when I say move, I mean go up like, 20% or 30% or 40% or something like that. So as long as it stays anywhere remotely close to where I've bought this shares at previously, like I could easily buy another $50,000 worth of stock. And I exceptionally love this stock when it's under $30 a share, okay? That's when it's like, that's when I almost can put it into the easy money category. Like I said, I can't quite go that far with worth it, but it's pretty dang close, okay, when you can get shares of this stock for under $30 a share. And let me be very clear, $30 to $35 for the stock is still very attractive to me. That is still buying territory for me in regards to Footlocker stock, anywhere from that 30 to 35 level. Even 35 to 40, I'll say that's when it becomes like it's a good ROI opportunity, whereas like under 30, in my opinion, it's like an unbelievably attractive ROI opportunity, like the chance you lose money in the stock over the next 5 years, I think very low. The chance you make really good money in the stock over the next 5 years, I think really high. I think if I'm buying anywhere from $30 to $35, I think it's still extremely attractive ROI opportunity. When we get to 35 to 40, I feel like it's a good ROI opportunity, but it's not a great ROI opportunity at that moment for me. And if it goes above $40 a share, that's when I'm not interested in buying anymore. At that point, I'm just interested in holding my shares if it goes over 40, okay? Because then it's just like, I would just call it a so-so ROI opportunity if I'm buying shares at, let's say, $42, $45, $48, something like that. It's just a hold for me at that point, okay? Now, what is my bullish thesis? Why am I so excited about this stock? And I've got to be really excited about it, right? To own over $50,000 worth of it already and be willing to buy another $50,000 plus, make this into a six-figure position, I have to really like this stock, okay? So what is it about this stock? Well, where I want to start with this one is it's a $3 billion market cap, okay? That's what I'm paying for this entire company here today. $3 billion, okay? Let's go ahead and pull up the last 3 years of the income statement, okay? And keep in mind, this is a business over the last 3 years has made a ton of investments in the business and kind of focusing their business more on online, in-store pickups, and just kind of like the new age of retail, okay? And not just being so focused on just like a mall-based retailer, but focused on like a store that it can thrive in any type of space, okay? And they've done a lot of investments over the last few years and still been able to put up very nice numbers. $7.7 billion of revenue 3 years ago, 2 years ago, $7.9 billion. This past year, over $8 billion of revenue. Look at the net income, $284 million, then $541 million. This past year, almost $500 million in net income on that bottom line. And remember, something very important, we are paying $3 billion total for this company, okay? So at let's say $500 million net income, we're paying a 6 PE on this business model, okay? That is unbelievably low. I mean, especially in this market, I mean, that's just ridiculous. This is why, you know, when I look at things like this is why I can almost put the stock into an easy money category, because the valuation is just so cut down. And so with the valuation being so cut down, you would think Footlocker's business model would be trash right now. And the truth is, it can't be further from the trash, okay? This business model is clicking on all cylinders right now. They just reported earnings 3 days ago, and Wall Street slept on this completely, okay? Which is absolutely preposterous and ridiculous. Look at these earnings. They were shockingly good, okay? Second quarter comp store sales increased 18.6%. Now, you might think, oh, maybe that's a quarter over quarter number. No, that's year over year, okay? Think about that for a moment. In this type of environment where stores were even, you know, a lot of stores for them were partially closed. And when they did reopen, people were scared about, you know, could they get Rona if they went out in the public and things like that. And to still put up a comp store sale number of 18.6%, guys, that is ridiculously good. Like, I knew the business model was a lot stronger than what Wall Street was giving it credit for, but I had no clue it was that unbelievably strong. Like, think about that. A year ago, everything was perfect in the world, right? And this year, everything's not perfect. And to report an 18.6% comp store sales number, ridiculous. Anybody that knows anything about retail or restaurants knows that number is absolutely disgustingly good, like ridiculous, okay? Second quarter net income came in at $45 million. So not only does a company have amazing comp store sales, but they're already back to profitability. Isn't that amazing how fast this business went from, you know, their stores are all closed, they're taking a huge loss, to all of a sudden now they're already on a GAAP basis back to profitability. On non-GAAP basis, they reported net income of $75 million or 71 cents a share. Unbelievable numbers, guys. I mean, you can't ask for better numbers in this type of environment. The board of directors declared a dividend, so they're gonna start paying dividends already. I thought it wasn't gonna be till 2021 when they started, you know, paying dividends again. And that was one of the reasons I was bullish on the stock. I was like, oh, 2021, they'll start paying dividends again. That's going to be a great thing. Start getting that dividend cash flow again. No, they're already going to start paying them out. again, okay, because they're already profitable, very nicely profitable already. Unbelievable. I mean, just unbelievable. Then on the conference call, they said something like online sales were up like 173%, if I recall, year over year. It was like 100 something percent. I think it was like 173% they said on the conference call. That is ridiculous, okay? Now, keep in mind with Footlocker, online sales are a much smaller chunk of their business than obviously selling in physical stores. But still, for online stores to be that strong, online sales, like it just proves that this management team has done a phenomenal job of building up that business and people taking more seriously, not just going into a Footlocker store, but if they want to order shoes, go to footlocker.com or any of the other brands that this company owns. So that is unbelievable as well, and I love seeing that, okay? Let's talk about this balance sheet, okay? Now, you would have thought with this whole Roni situation, the balance sheet would have gotten far worse for Footlocker, and I mean far worse, right? I mean, heck, their stores had to be closed, they had to take huge losses, all these things, right? The balance sheet improved year over year and dramatically. Look at this now. Now they have $1.37 billion in cash. Compared to the same quarter last year, they had $939 million. So now they have like, what, $400 million plus more cash this year in this quarter versus last year in the same quarter? That is unbelievable, okay? So you would have thought, oh, maybe debt went up a ton. Nope. Long-term debt went down for this company, okay, by $2 million. Unbelievable. And you know what else went down? Their long-term lease obligations went down as well because they're basically being able to negotiate with a lot of their landlords, let's call them that, right, in the commercial space for a lot cheaper rents. And that's really exciting as well. So, I mean, when you look at this business model, already back to very nice profitability, comp store sales up 18% year over year, just insane. Dividend already going to start being paid back again. And keep in mind, it's only 15 cents compared to what they have, 43, 45 cents of EPS, right? A balance sheet that's stronger, actually way stronger year over year. This is incredible, okay? Simply incredible. What about my channel checks? You know, if I own any type of physical retail or any type of physical business in general, I love to do channel checks. I go around, see the stores, are they busy, things like that. People, you know, they like to, you know, some people, not most of you guys don't, but some people like to laugh at that. Oh, Jeremy drives around these stores and to see if they're busy. That's just ridiculous. That doesn't work, does it? I can tell you this has made me more money than probably anything ever in the history of mankind, okay? And I can tell you, I've been going around doing channel checks for at least the last month or two, if not longer than that, for Footlocker. And the stores are generally much busier than I remember Footlockers being. Let's just put it that way, especially on the weekends. Just yesterday, I was at the Summerlin location in DTS, okay, getting my son a new pair of shoes, okay? And I could tell you that Footlocker was packed. I mean, absolutely jam-packed. I mean, when I got done in line, there was like 3 or 4 other parties behind me waiting to pay for their stuff. I'm like, business looks pretty dang decent. This is certainly no ghost town situation here. And as the comp store sales would show you, it's definitely not that situation. Keep in mind, online business is growing 100% plus for them. So it's not just about people like myself going into the physical store and seeing a pair of shoes and being like, I want to get those shoes. It's about all those people that are buying online right now and getting those shoes delivered to their house, okay? So, I mean, this is just, you know, I just love it. I love it, okay? And I want to point out something that I've seen. It's a big difference. You guys remember back in the day, 50 Cent had that popular song, was like, use a window shopper, looking at stuff you know you can't buy. Okay, my rapping skills might not be on par, okay? But 50 Cent had that window shopper song, right? And honestly, you know, that's what I used to feel like. A lot of people that if they were going to Footlocker or any store, I felt like the majority of people were going in as a window shopper rather than buying stuff. And I felt like that was just stores in general. And right now, I can tell you, if people are going to the store, they're buying crap, man. They're walking out with bags. I mean, the amount of customers I see walk into a store and then walk out with nothing is a much lower percentage than I've ever seen pretty much in my life, and especially over the last couple of years, okay? If you're going to Footlocker, you're going with an agenda. You're probably going to buy something, okay? And this is just these stores in general. It's a complete different like change I've seen from consumers out there. And it's consumers across the board in every single class. It's quite interesting, okay? Now, some people want to say, you know, it's because of stimulus money. Now, stimulus checks, well, people are going to spend that. Some people are saying, well, it's unemployment. Some people are making more in unemployment than they were with their regular jobs. Some people are saying, well, it was the mortgage and the rent forbearance and things like that. And so there's a lot of different people saying a lot of different reasons, but I can tell you, you know, all that's part of it, but I think there's also a bigger change in consumer sentiment out there, okay? The fact is, I mean, just think about this for a moment. You can't spend money on so many things people were spending money on before, right? I mean, imagine I want to go to the Vegas Golden Knights game, right? Imagine, and what does that stadium fit? 14, 16,000 people. All those people paying hundreds of dollars for tickets. Then they are buying, all types of stuff while they're at the game and all those different things. And they got to pay parking fees and this and that. And all of a sudden it's $500, $600, $700 they would usually spend. And that arena is empty, right? Because no one can go. So no one can spend that money there, right? And you think about, what about the UFC fight that would usually draw, tens of thousands of people, and all those people would spend hundreds or thousands of dollars to be at that UFC fight. Guess what? You can't even do that right now. I mean, imagine concerts all around the United States. Imagine how big of a business that is. That's a business that if you add up everything that's directly or indirectly impacted from that, it can be tens of billions of dollars, right? And I mean, you want to go to a concert, you can't right now. There's no such thing as I'm going to go to the big concert tonight and I'm going to spend $150 per ticket or $300 per ticket or whatever and then buy a bunch. No, you can't do that, right? You want to go to the bar with your friends. You can't do that. You can't go spend $100, $200 on drinks tonight. You can't go on that cruise, right? You can't go to Hawaii. You can't do all these things that you would usually do, right? You planned out that European trip for the past 2 years and now you can't go on that European trip, which you saved, $10,000 for or whatever. I mean, people just have, money coming out of their pockets right now, okay? People have this stack of money that they just can't spend. You just can't spend it because a lot of the activities, especially anything that's travel related or experiential related, which takes a lot of people's money out of their pockets, right? They can't even do that right now, man. So they got this money just burning a hole through their pocket. And not a lot of people like that. They get to spend their money, okay? I mean, think about this for a moment. Imagine you're a home builder, right? And you help build houses and you're out there in that heat every day, building those houses, man, working your butt off to make some money, right? I mean, you think those guys are just going to build those houses and be like, no, I don't ever want to spend. No, of course they want to go out and spend some money. That's a good feeling, man. You work hard, you bust your butt, make some money so you can buy something you want to do, right? And that's most people out there, right? Imagine you're my sister, right? And you're a nurse and you're running around the hospital all day, helping people out and all these sorts of things. And you make, money and you make good money, right? And it's like, you're this nurse. You think you just want to never spend any money? No, of course not. You want to spend some money. You want to do some online shopping. You want to do some retail shopping. It's a good feeling to spend some money, or at least most people find it a good feeling to actually spend some money, buy something they want, or obviously buy something they need, but buy something they want. They may not need it, okay? For, every one of my buddies, Graham Stephan, right? He's a 1 in 100 case, if not less than that, right? Most people don't save every penny that comes in or almost every penny. They want to go out there and spend money, okay? There's some people that actually feel bad if they go out there and spend money, right? That's not most people. Most people feel they have a good feeling if they go out there and spend money. They have a good psychological feeling going out there and buying something they want or they need or something like that. Like, oh, I just went out and bought this. Especially want related things, right? And so, people like Graham, that's just very few and far between. And so this is just great news for Footlocker in that end, because people got money that's burning a hole through their pocket and they want to go out and spend the dang money. And so there's not a lot of things you can go out and spend money on right now. I'll be honest. Retail stores are open. Restaurants are at half capacity. So restaurants, it's even hard to spend money on restaurants. And like I said, travel and all those experiential things that are massive businesses that take a ton of money out of consumers' pockets. You just can't do those right now, okay? You can't go to the club. You can't go get some bottle service. It's not happening right now, okay? And it's not just Footlocker. I've seen this on a whole gamut of different businesses, right? Louis Vuitton. I go by the Louis Vuitton store. I've never seen as many people shopping, and I'm talking legit shopping in a Louis Vuitton stores I'm seeing now. Usually if I go by Louis Vuitton stores here in Vegas, it's maybe 1 or 2 people in these stores. Usually for the most part, they're fairly dead, okay? Unless it's a super busy night just on the strip or something like that. But usually these stores are not busy. And I can tell you when I go by the Louis stores on the strip, they're actually busy, especially on Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays. It's weird. It's actually really weird. There's lines to get in and the store's full. I'm like, what is going on? And then you look at Louis Vuitton earnings and their revenue was up, their earnings were up, everything was up for them. It's a weird environment we're in right now, I'll be completely honest. But it kind of makes sense when you just understand that there's so many less things you can spend money on right now. Hey, why not go buy a new pair of shoes at Footlocker, a new pair of Nike shorts at Footlocker, whatever it is, okay? And that's why I think physical retail is actually benefiting huge right now, and as well as online. We saw those Amazon numbers. They were ridiculous, right? Those Amazon numbers beat by over 7 billion, as well as the Apple numbers too, right? And so, yeah, I mean, I love Footlocker stock. I love the Footlocker stock. It's not just a short term, it's a long-term setup of this business, how focused they've been on kind of getting this business ready for 2020 to 2030, which I feel like the business model is ready to dominate in 2020 through 2030. I think they put in a lot of work behind the scenes over the last several years, way before I've ever been involved with the stock, and I love it. And I might also look at 2023 call options for the stock, which those call options should come out within the next month or so, I would say. I mean, usually September, maybe October is when those 2023 calls will start coming out, or at least they should start coming out. And I'll be interested to look at those at like a $35 to $40 strike price and kind of see what those are pricing at. Maybe even like a 32 if they price there, 32.50, something like that, okay? And so as far as what do I feel with the stock, I feel like I'll get a 2x plus opportunity on the stock price over the next 5 years. And I also believe I'm gonna get a ton of dividend money paid out to me as well over the next 5 years. Every single quarter, I think this will be a cash flow machine stock for me. And I think I'll get some very, very nice capital appreciation on the stock over the next 5 years. And so definitely check out the video I posted, a day or two ago on this channel about basically, what's going on in the stock market, how there's not a lot of opportunities out there with these big growth stocks that are super popular that everybody's already bought into and the funds have already bought into, but some of these value stocks where no one's looking right now, some of these value stocks are where the real opportunities are in the market, in my personal opinion, right now. So definitely check out that video there. If you guys don't mind, smash the thumbs up button. As always, helps out the YouTube channel huge, and I do appreciate you. And also, if you're looking to hopefully try to join my private group, go ahead and apply. And somebody high up from my team will hopefully be able to get on a phone call with you. Like I said, I think we're booked up for August now, but you can hopefully try to book a call for September if your application goes through. Thank you for watching and have a great day.